This week's version of Afternoon Delight.
I'm Stephanie Haugh.
I'm Katie Butzen.
I'm Lydia Runge.
And I'm Ashley Konkel. Today, one of the main stories everyone is talking about is Ebola. And Iggy Azalea plays a big part in that, this being that Iggy Azalea flips out on a photographer and says, "I hope you have Ebola and I hope you die." That's kind of a really harsh take to a photographer, just doing their job. I don't think I'd really like that job. I feel bad for the poor person that was, just taking her picture after she entered a store. There's pictures of her buying food. So,
she's so fancy. She can't be taking pictures of. She's just so fancy. Just saying.
I assume that's a lyric from her song.
Yeah. I'm
song.
so fancy.
Sorry,
So fancy.
I don't know.
Yeah, along with that, Iggy also had some problems with Snoop Dogg this week. He mocked her makeup-free face, and Iggy just did not like that. Snoop Dogg posted an Instagram this week showing an albino-looking woman with cornrow braids and the caption, "Iggy Azalea, no makeup."
Man, that's pretty harsh.
That is pretty harsh.
Why do people, I don't know, they criticize celebrities without makeup, but then when they have makeup on, it's like they're fake. It's like they can never win. It's either
double standard.
Yeah.
It's like with Photoshop. Like, if they have too much Photoshop, it's a bad thing, but if they don't,
But
they look regular.
Let's remember who posted this picture. It's
Right.
It's Snoop Dogg or Snoop Lion.
Yeah,
or whatever you want
it
to
is
call
now.
him. Like, are we really taking this seriously? Like, hey y'all, look at this picture of Iggy Azalea. Without makeup, drop it like it's hot. You know what I'm saying? It's like not whatever. It's Snoop
He's
Dogg.
not that great of a looking guy either.
Where is he anymore? He's nowhere.
is he
Nobody
still
knows
famous?
about it. No, he's not famous.
The
He's
funny
just
thing is,
whatever.
the fancy rapper got wind of the pic on Monday and blasted Snoop Dogg on Twitter, saying, "Why would you post such a mean pic on Insta when you send your bodyguards to ask me for pictures every time we are at shows?" I think maybe he was just angry at her. Maybe they just had, that was his way to get back at her.
maybe.
He sends his bodyguards? Why would you send your bodyguard? I mean, that's just like very, I don't know, recognizable. Like this 300-pound dude, "Hey, what's up? Can I take your photo? What's up, girl? I'm gonna take your photo." Send some paparazzi in disguise. Like, come on, Snoop Dogg. Let's get a little creative here. I don't know.
Wait, so is this the guy who took the picture of her where she flipped out on the Ebola? Or was that a complete...
She's just all over the news today, along with Ebola.
Okay.
It was just a random paparazzi man that took the photo about her
Oh, I got it.
at the
Okay.
supermarket buying food. That's wrong, too. She not only doesn't wear makeup, but she eats fat and buys a lot of food,
Oh no! What are we gonna do? She's a human being. I mean, she's so fancy.
But along with Ebola, one of the big stories is that Mark Zuckerberg and wife Priscilla are donating $25 million to help fight Ebola because the current situation is a critical turning point.
That must be nice.
At least that money that he is making from selling our profile information to advertising companies is going someplace, beneficial, you can sell my information. At least you're donating money to Ebola treatment and whatever.
So far that 8,400 people have been infected with just this disease, and it's been coming all over the United States. We've been making a huge deal about it. I'm not sure whether it's the news that has made a bigger deal about it or like
medical.
I think it's both. Like the media really highlight the Ebola issue, but then the medical people, here in La Crosse now, they're even at Mayo, they're putting precautions together for Ebola, which is a good thing. But if you have flu-like symptoms, you're always now going to be tested for Ebola, even with the flu shot. It's always going to go back to Ebola. So there comes a point where, is it a cold? Is it the flu? And then, I don't know.
I guess in my opinion, it's better to prevent it. I mean, it's kind of it's not very cost effective, but would you rather pay a little extra money to make sure that you're not infected with Ebola or have terrible symptoms and die a horrible death?
Right, but I mean, like,
you know?
I mean, like, say I just traveled to California or, let's see, Texas even. But I know I was not in contact. I haven't been to West Africa. I haven't been, you know, I know this stuff and I tell them this. I'm like, you know, like the lady on, I think it was American Airlines maybe, she like vomited and was coughing and she went to South Africa and she got pulled off the plane and was tested for Ebola right away. You know, I think it's just becoming a big hype right now. Like the swine flu was a couple years ago, and the bird flu. You know, I think we're just hyping it up way too much.
Speaking of hype, because not only does it say Mark Zuckerberg donated money, but then they have to say, you know, like what other celebrities donated money to this cause. So David Beckham also donated money. I don't want to leave him out of this because he's a fine fellow, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he also donated money, so he's doing good to the world too.
Of course.
Gotta get their name out there.
Right,
They
David
can't just be
Beckham.
anonymous.
So yeah, kind of moving from, you know, the celebrity hype to something maybe sort of in the backwaters. Well, I guess sort of celebrity too. Anyways, Duck Dynasty show star John Luke Robinson, which is the first and oldest son of Willie Robinson, who's one of the major characters in the show, got engaged at 19 years old to girlfriend Mary Kate. And apparently they're just like the poster couple for young love, and I'm just sitting over here just going, oh God, please. No, that's too young, and it's gonna be it's gonna be a hype up for the show. That's literally all it is. Like, they're gonna get married, maybe they're in love, I shouldn't hate too much, but it's just like, come on, like, you're 19, grow up. You don't even know who you are yet, much less like
See,
what you want
my
in life.
parents were married at 19. And they've been together 25 years, so it can work out.
But it was a different
But
time.
at the same time, is this the same girl that he dated in the show and then broke up with?
I believe so,
okay.
yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like for this, it's being played more into the entertainment.
Yeah, the
I feel
show.
like I haven't heard much about the show, so maybe they just made them, you know, hey, you should.
Like
a promotion of the show, too. I
Like
mean-
the boonies. So.
Is there even a new season out right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like took a dive off the face of.
You know, they were selling everything in Walmart, everything sold out. And then
Right.
they're like, well, maybe we shouldn't continue the show, everything's sold out.
Yeah, I know there was that big controversy too with Phil, who he said something.
He keeps saying things. He keeps
Yeah, I
saying
can't
some
remember exactly.
racist
So
and rude things about people.
Yeah.
That guy better be careful. I mean, you're allowed to voice your opinion, you know, First Amendment, but you just gotta tone it down a little bit. Speaking of, you know, toning it down and kind of relaxing, let's take it over to a Perfect Pets, and we'll be right back.
He's handsome, outgoing, and energetic. This is Lakota, a very busy boy. Try to keep up with chorus. This cute little kitten will keep you dancing. Meryl is a handsome and gentle giant, a complete sweetheart. This is Meryl.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
We're going to dive back into some juicy stories, and one of them is Amanda Bynes. She's all over Twitter and all over the news, all over entertainment news. She is filled with anger and sits in the Pasadena mental facility after her parents created an elaborate ruse to get her committed. Do you have more on that?
Apparently, from what Amanda's point of view is, she was taken to the facility where they kind of restrained her and took her down and locked her up, is what, quote unquote.
Probably wasn't that extreme.
No, it was definitely not. And in like the legal world, involuntary commitment is probably the best thing that they could have done for her, because there's kind of three things that you have to do. You have to be a danger to yourself, others, or property. Well, she had several drunk driving cases. She took drugs, like how that's damaging yourself, damaging, other people. You also have to, have a disease or have like a case for a disease. I mean, I would argue that maybe she has depression or like some,
She's got something.
She's got something going on in her head.
Because it's not sitting right. And then the third is just like, I can't think of the third right now. But still, like, that, you just can't.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good for her. Like, we've seen Amanda Bynes. We've heard about her trouble. She needs this help. And we've seen celebrities that have gone through troubles. Like, recently,
Robert Downey Jr.
And Michael Phelps just recently went into
drunk driving.
a program. Yeah, and he just, these celebrities need the help to help them understand what they're doing is wrong. And I know there's a lot of concern with our celebrities just doing this to make us, like them more. I'm going to admit myself into a program, or, well, yeah, you need that. That's like a new, fresh start from you once you get out of that program. It's a whole different celebrity after that.
Yeah, she was saying that, well, not she, because we haven't heard from her since the thing, I'm pretty sure, but she spent like about 72 hours there throughout the weekend in this rehab, or in this facility, and then just the recent news that was released is that she will be spending 14 additional days in this facility because it says she's been showing fits of anger, and the doctors say that they're medicating her, but they need time for the meds to kick in.
Well, I mean, I'm sure we've all had medications that take a while, so, and I can't say that I've had depression or anything like that, but I'm sure those medicines take a lot longer than just taking a Tylenol or ibuprofen to kick in.
Well,
so
did you guys see this all escalating on Twitter, like how this really came about, how she got put in this facility?
No.
She was accusing her dad of verbally and physically abusing her as a child, and she said, he called me ugly as a child and then asked me if I wanted to do things with him, and I'm not sure how to respond, so I said no and was forced to live with my dad, which was a total nightmare for her. So that was something that was like, if you were following her Twitter, it was totally extreme, and I saw that she was trending on Twitter, and I was like, what now?
Yeah.
So I clicked on it, and I was reading, and I was like, this is what it's come to, and you wonder what parts of it are true, and you feel bad for the poor girl because she's obviously have so much going on in there.
Right, and that's the problem too. Like, you don't know what is true and what's not true because it's a whole he said, she said debate. Like,
do they have investigators in there? Are they having people look at this, like these accusations on her father?
But how do you?
I don't think so.
How do you?
No,
how
that was
would
so
you
long
even
ago.
prove-
I mean,
yeah. How would you prove it though?
I mean, they
there
have ways of interrogation.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how do you prove that?
Well, that's
it's
why she
true or
said.
not.
That's why she said she has been making this fit. She just now is the time that she wanted to come clean, and she said she wanted to post these things so that she could get him arrested and put in jail for the rest of his perverted life. That's what she was quoted to say against her dad, which is something like you're saying that to her dad, which you would like to believe that it's true. Mm-hmm. If she's going this far to humiliate her dad, and it's her own family, so you like to believe that something like this is true.
You just never know, though.
You never know, especially with Amanda Bynes.
Right.
Kind of a theme over Hollywood is, I think last week, Seventh Heaven father Stephen Collins reportedly admits to molesting several underage females, to his ex-wife, and this had been happening, decades ago. So of course these young girls are now grown adults, but it's just apparently this just went on for several years, several different shows.
Was this reported that it happened during his seventh Heaven show, or
It would definitely happen during the show, just based off the timeline. Because Seventh Heaven was around for like 8 different seasons.
Yeah. I mean, I watched that show growing up as a kid, so to hear that like he was involved in that sort of thing is just like he was. You know, he was like a big character in that, and he was a fatherly figure and also
a minister. And he can't remember. I believe there were some shows too where it was like a child going through abuse that he helped, and then on the sideline here he is doing it. But I do know that all Seventh Heaven shows from networks are being pulled because of it. And it's just a big controversy, so I don't know.
So let's take a little break from the, mundane and sad and really depressing. Let's look at some furry critters out there from our Cooley Region Humane Society. Here's a Perfect Pets. We'll be right back.
Meet Tink. Oh wait, meet Khaleesi. These are 2 little kittens who need lots of toys and places to explore.
Watch out, it's Ava. She's a spunky Chihuahua mix of 2 years, who loves the center of attention, especially when children are around. This is Trent. He is a 2-year-old orange tiger. While he spends much of his time on quests and adventures, he also makes time to show you his affectionate side. Look at those stunning blue eyes. Meet Koda. He's a strong male Siberian husky of 6 years. He's house-trained, and he loves children. To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
And we're back, and we're not really cheering things up, but we're going to talk about American Horror Story next. They had their premiere on Wednesday, and it actually set the record for the most watched TV episode on FX history. So I don't know if you guys watched it, but I only saw the first 20 minutes.
I have never seen American Horror Story ever.
So good. So good. And they just got renewed for their 5th season already.
What season are they on?
They're on their 4th.
They're on their 4th. Okay.
Yeah. I was asking my roommate all sorts of questions about it because I didn't think I could handle watching it, and she was telling me that this first show was like a premiere, and it was the premiere, but it was like that they start over each season, so you kind of like know what's going on right away.
You don't have to watch all the seasons. Each season, they sometimes use the same actors, but they don't have the same story at all.
I think that's a really cool aspect of it because like if you wanted to get into it, you could
start wherever you want. And like I skipped the 3rd season because it was on witches, and I didn't think that sounded cool at all. So I was like, no. But this one is Freak Show, and it is very freaky.
I think we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
this was supposed to be the most
woman or something.
like supposed to be the most scary or most
it was
like freaky looking.
Pretty extreme, yeah.
But I don't know much about it. I've never seen it, so I can't really talk much about it.
I mean, for all those horror fans out there and whatnot. So I don't know.
Well, there's been like talk about like. I think this has boosted like haunted houses and like really getting into that sort of thing. There's been talk about like what is the most like scary haunted house that's out there right now, and there's like some really obscene like pictures of all these things that happen at haunted houses, and they talk about like what's drawing the line and what is okay to show at a haunted house and what it's like
actual haunted houses, like what people put on for show, or what people are claiming to be haunted.
I think it's like haunted houses that you go to, like that people go and scare you at. Like I was gonna go to one this weekend, but it was like $16, and I was like,
I wouldn't want to pay to get scared.
No, $16. Like maybe 10. I would pay to get scared.
Really?
But 16,
no, I'm with you. The only way you're getting me in that is if you're dragging me by the hair and pulling me into that house.
Well, some of them might be doing
that. I mean, no, just not.
I've been in ones where I've been chased around by a clown with a chainsaw, and
that scares me.
Yeah, I'm terrified of clowns, so I'm never going back to that one.
Never going back to. Oh, jeez.
Or any haunted house, for example. We'll move from horror, and we're going to move into some dancing. Dancing with the Stars last week. I don't know any of you who know. I'm going to totally botch his name. It was Alfonso. I don't even remember.
The guy from Fresh Prince.
He plays Carlton on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He does that iconic Carlton dance where he moves his arms and moves his legs. He brought it out in Dancing with the Stars in one of their, I believe it was a jazz piece. And him and his partner ended up winning the night, getting all perfect scores on it. So, I mean, once you heard he was on it, you knew it would be a matter of time before
he would pull that out.
Pull it out. So, and I know there was issues like, is he going to do it in the beginning right away and, face elimination later on, or is he going to wait until the end? And he actually waited until, I believe, week 4 or 5. I can't even remember. I don't really watch the show, but I just really heard about it. It was all over.
Kind of cool that he pulled it out in the middle. He didn't do it at the beginning or the end because people are expecting that. So then all of a sudden this comes out, and that just boosts your dance. And I don't know too much about like dancing, so I'm not 100% sure if like some are harder than the others. But I definitely think that if he used it strategically during a dance that maybe he wasn't as strong in, it would definitely like help, and whatnot. Right. Speaking of which, I think Sadie Robinson from the show that we were talking about before, Duck Dynasty, was actually in this season of Dancing with the Stars as well. Do you know if she's still in there?
I believe she is, and from my understanding, she is like, I don't know, doing very, very well. Like. Right.
And she's probably a fan fave.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes another controversy with these shows, like, because she's Sadie Robinson from Duck Dynasty and he's, Carlton from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, are they actually getting the votes based on their dancing abilities or their...
I can tell you right there, no.
Because, I know I've watched where I've never heard of the actor or actress before, and they do so much better than the ones that we hear about all the time.
I think that's the interesting part of this show, that even, like, you can know just one person, and that's what gets you interested in the show. It's not, like, I don't know if anyone's just, like, at the beginning, maybe, when Dancing with the Stars was new, people really got into the show, but now I think it's just, like, someone that's in it, and that's what keeps you watching, or that's what keeps you interested. And once they're off, you don't. It's like, oh, that's still happening.
Right, and that's like the same with all the singing shows. Like, there's American Idol, America's Got.
Is that done yet? Can that please be done?
It'll go on forever, but
be done with it.
It's so ridiculous. The Voice.
I liked that the first couple of seasons, but now it's just like. Old news. It's just boring.
They change up the whole dynamic when they get different judges in there.
Speaking of which, Christina Aguilera's coming back.
Coming back to the
I'm actually really excited. I had like this period where I like really hated her, but like all of a sudden she like kind of redid herself. She did that burlesque movie.
Shakira and Usher.
And I think
Shakira is her and CeeLo.
I would rather have
Shakira.
I like Shakira.
I thought she was pretty good.
I kind of forgot she existed. Dance than a. Like, Shakira can throw out those dance moves.
I think her voice just kind of like annoys me a little bit, and that's why I'm just like, I'm not interested in the show anymore.
And I feel like with Christina and Blake and Adam, like they all. They all flow well together.
Are they still on it?
Adam and Blake are still on it. They're like the top.
They were supposed to have a
Blake,
break.
CeeLo, and Shakira.
I think they have Gwen Stefani this season.
Oh gosh, get Gwen out of there.
Someone else.
I don't
get them out of there.
They always change up their judges,
which could be good.
It could be good, but
keeps it interesting.
Like I know they always will have Blake and Adam because of the,
I like The Voice out of all the other shows though, because it's like they don't really like make the show about this person looks really good and they sing really good and they could just be a star. It's more about like their voice is quality, and there's just something about them that makes me want to like push the button and turn around and see the whole package.
Yep. All right, well, we are going to go to a WMCM promo, and then we will be right back after this.
Hey, can't find what you're looking for?
What?
You can find what you're looking for and more at WMCM. WMCM TV has plenty of shows you can view at your pleasure. There's Profile, where we interview people throughout the community. Or if you like sports, we have Sports Talk Live and Sports Scene. And if you're into celebrity gossip, that's why we have Afternoon Delight.
Well, that all looks great, but I'm on a computer, not a TV. I bet you guys don't have a way for me to watch this stuff on a computer.
Oh, we have that covered too. Just go to WMCMTV.com for all the updates.
Wow, that solves all my problems. Thanks, WMCM Genie.
Hollywood is celebrating Valentine's Week 4 months early, as it is apparently couples get together. Kat Dennings and Josh Groban just recently got together and have been tweeting it, love-struck messages with each other. And Josh Groban, I do have such a lovely date tonight with this date with Kat Dennings. Oh my gosh, like rainbows and sunshine and butterflies and hearts. Oh goodness. Also, Ariana Grande, young star coming up. We've heard a lot about her. Her and Big Sean got together also, which is an interesting couple. So
Congratulations
definitely
to them.
Yeah, I mean,
the best.
I just feel like he's a little bit older. He's 26 and she's 21, so I guess that's not too bad.
She's 21.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you? I know. She looks like she's 16.
Right.
Exactly. It's the ponytail.
There's been worse age differences in the
True. Like the 18-year-old guy or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Speaking of celebrity couples, rumor has it that Zac Efron has a new girlfriend.
Oh.
I don't know who it is.
It's me.
It's you. Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, so.
Every girl's so
Thank
jealous
you.
of you.
I know.
Is it hard being in a relationship with Zac Efron?
We'll see. But we'll keep up with that. But hopefully you guys will join us next week. We have some awesome Tuesday and Thursday shows. We also have Week in Review this Thursday coming up. Join us on Campus Channel.
Incredible. Anna Joe LaMartina at Video.